The Scholar and the Frog God. A magical fairy tale. Once upon a time in a mountainous village, there lived a poor but diligent scholar. During the day, he would go to the forest to collect firewood and sell it to buy rice and oil for his lamp. At night, he would spend hours studying until the neighbor's rooster crowed for the second time before he went to sleep. His home was a simple hut, and his possessions were limited to a small knife and a stack of books. The only friend he had was a little green frog that would come to his feet, jumping around and eating the mosquitoes. The scholar loved the frog and always made sure to share his meal with him. Whenever he went to the forest to collect firewood, he would catch grasshoppers or beetles for the frog to eat. After 6 years of hard work and studying, the scholar had memorized nearly all 15 of the valuable books written by the wise men of the village. The people in the village were impressed with his intelligence and hoped he would become a successful government official someday. One day, the scholar decided to take a trip to the capital city to take the imperial exam. He brought his little frog friend along with him. On his way, he found a dead man with a bundle of books and a bag of clothes beside him. The scholar guessed that the man was also a scholar who had come to take the exam, but had died on the journey. Feeling sorry for the man, the scholar tried to revive him. The frog said, "I have a magical jade stone that can bring the dead back to life." The frog gave the scholar a translucent jade stone that resembled a bird's egg. The scholar followed the frog's instructions and rubbed the stone on the man's chest. After a while, the man slowly regained consciousness. The scholar was overjoyed and helped the man to his feet. They became friends and traveled together to the capital city. After 3 more days of walking, they finally arrived at the capital city. The frog told the scholar that he needed to go for a walk and would come back in the evening. The scholar and his new friend went to a restaurant to eat and talk. The friend pretended to be interested in the jade stone and asked to hold it for a while. While the scholar was not paying attention, the friend quickly grabbed the stone and ran away. Lost his precious gem. The scholar chased after the thief, shouting loudly. However, the thief quickly disappeared into the alleys of the capital city, leaving the scholar to return to the restaurant dejectedly, waiting for the toad. After telling the story to the toad said, "But sooner or later, that gem will return. Now hurry and go to the palace to seek the king's assistance in retrieving the gem." The scholar followed the toad's advice and went to the palace to explain the gem's unique characteristics to the king. The king promised to help retrieve the gem and punish the thief. As the king said, "Tomorrow, the thief who stole the gem may disguise himself as a doctor and enter the palace to treat the princess. When he brings out the gem, immediately come to the palace to catch him." The scholar followed the king's instructions. The next morning, he entered the palace along with other officials and soldiers to visit the princess. At the gate, a man claiming to be a doctor who could save the princess's life was admitted. The scholar carefully observed him and recognized him as the thief who stole his gem the day before. He silently followed him. Without delay, the doctor took out a gem from his pocket, performed a magical spell with his hands, and placed the gem into the princess's nostril. He was confused and turned back to the gem multiple times. However, he did not know that he could not use the gem without the approval of the divine toad. At this moment, the scholar reported to the king, "Only the divine toad and I can use this gem to save lives. Yesterday, that thief stole my gem. Thanks to the king's grace, the gem was found, and the scholar promised to save the princess's life." The scholar gently placed the gem into the princess's nostril. The princess smiled and looked around. The scholar took the gem back and put it in the mouth of the toad. Seeing that the princess had been saved, The king chose the scholar as his advisor. On that same evening, the king ordered the execution of the thief in the court. 2 days later, the writing contest began. The scholar did not forget to enter the exam hall. The princess wished her husband a high pass. The scholar wrote the best essay among all the scholars and was chosen by the judges as the top scholar. The scholar began his prosperous life. Later, the divine toad helped the scholar defeat the enemy and bring peace to the people. Thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel.